Almost all animals, including humans, fear lions and would do anything to avoid making them angry, and for good reason. Apart from being considered the king of the jungle, they're also at the top of the food chain, meaning they aren't inferior to any other species. Which is why it's hard for people to believe that some primates have the guts to steal the beast's most valuable possession, their cubs. Fortunately, this video will clear any such doubts by explaining why baboons steal lion cubs and how they execute such a daring and suicidal act. So stay tuned. One major disadvantage of being one of the most dangerous and powerful predators in the world is making plenty of enemies on the way to the top of the food chain. Baboons know that lions kill and eat them. And since they have virtually no defense against the big cats, the only viable option to exact their revenge on the beasts is by stealing their cubs. Young cubs don't pose any danger to baboons and can't fight back. It may seem cruel and cheap to us, but one thing life in the animal kingdom has never been is fair. Therefore, when the primates spot a cub, they recognize what's their only opportunity to hit the lion pride where it hurts. And due to their high level of intelligence, the baboons usually succeed. This cunning action achieves its intended goal since the mother lion becomes enraged upon discovering that her missing offspring is now in the hands of the primates, and there's usually nothing she can do about it. Lions can climb trees. They're just not very good at it, unlike their leopard cousins. Cue the saying, "Revenge is a dish best served cold." Certainly applicable in this situation. And speaking of dishes being served, another ominous reason baboons will steal lions' cubs is, food. Baboons are omnivorous, meaning they occasionally supplement their diet with meat. They're also opportunistic hunters, meaning they'll take full advantage of hunting vulnerable prey, showing fewer signs of resistance. Such prey include rodents, small birds and poultry, young gazelles, antelopes, and sadly, lion cubs. When female cats go hunting, they leave their young cubs in a safe hiding place to protect them from other predators and the scorching sun. Some cubs, unaware of the danger surrounding them, stray away from their mother's hiding spot. When baboons spot a straying and unprotected cub, they utilize the opportunity by hunting and eating it to satisfy their protein needs. This is a harsh but grim reality of life on the savannah. Less than half of all lion cubs will make it to their first birthday, and even less will make it to adulthood. But it's not always about seeking revenge or satisfying the cravings for a meaty treat. A common similarity between young baboons and lion cubs is their playful nature. When the young primates see the small lions joyfully running around and playing, they innocently view them as potential playmates. Whenever the cubs' protective parents aren't around, the young baboons often grab and carry them to their natural habitats, which are at the top of trees, solely for the purpose of gaining a new playmate. Since both species are usually too young and innocent to view the other as enemies, it's common to spot them playing together or young primates trying to groom the cubs. Unfortunately, many lion cubs end up dying from being roughed up by the baboons' excessive force during the games. That or they're never returned to their mothers and can't survive for long among the baboon clan. It's also common for young or even older baboons that have never seen a lion before to be curious about the younger cats. Primates are naturally curious, and they like to explore their environment and the creatures they share it with. This explains why some adult baboons have been spotted with lion cubs, grooming or handling them as if they're related and some of the same species. Most likely, they've never encountered a big predatory cat, hence why they don't view the feline offspring as a threat. In this case, curiosity doesn't always kill the cat. But this begs the question, why doesn't the baboon's curiosity lead them to adult lions? The best explanation is that mature cats, unlike their offspring, often appear intimidating. That, and they're also very large. Young cubs, on the other hand, are too small to be a threat, and they're never still. Their constant movement and activity often sparks the interest of inexperienced and young baboons wanting to learn more about this small, active creature. Unfortunately, they often kill and eat it once their curiosity is satisfied after stealing the cub. Maybe curiosity does kill the cat after all. So how exactly do baboons steal lion cubs? As I previously mentioned, baboons, like many primates, are highly intelligent, which usually enables them to outwit the pride, even under the watchful eyes of the mother lions. Successfully snatching a lion cub is a daring mission that takes a calculated approach, but the baboons are patient and utilize simple strategies, the most popular of which is referred to as the sneak and grab. This tactic is the most common way baboons will kidnap the king of the jungle's offspring. They simply monitor the pride's movements and activities from the safety of the treetops surrounding the lions. Whenever an opportunity arises, for instance when the lions are asleep or busy hunting their prey, the baboons will descend from the trees, sneak up on the abandoned cubs and grab them as fast as possible. They carry them using their mouths and return to the trees where the lions usually can't reach them. A similar but more risky tactic is known as the distract and grab. In this approach, the baboons apply their strength in numbers to achieve success. When they spot a lone female with her cubs, they divide themselves into a team where some of the fastest and most cunning members proceed to disturb and distract the mother lion. When she gives chase to the annoying primates, the other baboons take advantage of the opportunity and snatch the now unguarded cubs. This scenario requires some luck to be successful, as the mother lion doesn't always take the bait. But sometimes the baboons do get lucky, and the lion cubs will stray away from their dens in the view of their protective parents. A baboon may seize this opportunity and grab the defenseless young cat before the mother notices. Okay, so I've seen a lot on the internet about baboons raising lion cubs as their own after stealing them from the pride, and I figured what better time than now for me to finally weigh in on this topic. I know it makes for a great video title, but sadly this doesn't actually happen. Baboons don't raise lion cubs. The laws of nature simply won't allow it. The baboons have nothing to gain by raising a lion cub into what could potentially be a future primate killer. Their motives are driven by initial curiosity or plain revenge. It's very rare for an animal of one species to adopt and raise the offspring of another. This behavior is referred to as misplaced reproductive function, and although rare, it's been observed from time to time. There's a famous documented case where a male baboon in South Africa's Kruger National Park was spotted grooming and protecting a lion cub from other hostile baboons as if it was his own. Unfortunately, the cub didn't survive for long since the primate's rough handling didn't enable it to reach its maturity stage. The cub's tenderness and vulnerability when young are incompatible with the primate's nature. Another reason this generally doesn't work out is that once the baboon's curiosity fades, they will kill and eat the small cat as it doesn't amuse them anymore. And what about leopards or cheetahs? Do baboons steal other big cat cubs? Their newborns are just as, if not more, vulnerable to baboon heists as lion cubs. If you think about it, leopards, for example, are solitary cats and don't have the whole pride defending them and their cubs like lions do. So this should be easier for the baboons to pull off, right? Yes and no. As it turns out, baboons are known to steal other big cat cubs, mainly leopards. The same conditions, tactics, and fate of the leopard's offspring are similar to lions. However, as you may not expect, this is much more dangerous for baboons as leopards have a higher chance of saving their cubs from the primates since these cats are excellent tree climbers, unlike lions. The baboons are taking a much bigger risk considering the trees no longer provide the same level of safety from the leopards as they do from the lions. When a mother leopard spots her kidnapped offspring in the treetops with its abductors, she will do her best to climb and save it, and the baboons know this. Probably why abduction attempts on leopard cubs are far more rare than lion cubs. Mother Nature may seem cruel and difficult for us to understand, but her ways are always justified. One of those instances where she portrays her genius is in the lion-baboon relationship. Since these big cats don't have any predators, one of the most effective ways of maintaining a sustainable lion population on the savanna is by equipping baboons with sufficient intelligence and courage to steal and kill their cubs. It helps regulate the beast's numbers to an optimum level that the ecosystem can comfortably handle. That's the argument, at least. Whether you buy it or not's up to you, but nature does seem to always figure out ways to level itself off one way or another. See you next time.